So we're here with Zoe. I'm great. Love that name. So tell us about what you're doing here. At Spekit. What your role is, what you're rocking.
Yeah. So we here at Spekit are a just-in-time learning solution. We're approaching learning very differently than a lot of people. We want to bring the information that you need to you when and where you need it. I like to think of it as training and content, and all of your internal knowledge is the restaurant or DoorDash. So we're bringing it to you hot and fresh.
When we first met Melanie, first started to engage with Spekit, right? We know that it was built, really the foundation on Salesforce, right?
Yes.
So tell us about how Spekit has evolved. Is it?
Oh man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
From when we were just a little baby Spec. So now we're a full Spekit. We actually, our Chrome extension, we lay on top of any web-based tool or application.
Oh my gosh.
So we've elevated beyond Salesforce. While we were born out of that pain of Salesforce, we realized learning at work and learning how to do your job is tough. 70% of learning happens on the job. Why wouldn't training happen on the job as well? I don't need to sit through 8 hours of coursework and take a test and then have forgotten 95% of it. Slack my manager 100 times to try and get the answer, and he's getting it from my 6 teammates too. We're reducing that friction, we're closing that gap, and now Spekit is able to deliver that training in any and all of your web-based tools.
Oh my gosh. For people that are trying to learn things that are all about the learner, tell us how you guys really embrace the learner, how you listen to the learner. And I remember when you clicked on the spec, there could be video, there could be this.
Yeah, so this is Spekit. So you can pop up the content, you can surface things on any field, custom object, or pick list, so that people have the answer they need when and where they need it, right in their flow of work. I don't have to leave to figure out how do I move this from stage 1 to stage 2. I got the answer right here. I can link out to any other content. You can embed GIFs, you can embed videos, you can link out to master content in an LMS. I can also search anything that I want when and where I need it because of this cool little sidebar. Oops, I don't want a spotlight, I want a spec. Great, I needed a case study about Greenlight Guru. It's right here. I don't have to leave to go to the docs.
Yeah.
I can pull it in right through Spekit. So I don't have to hang up with my prospect. I don't have to say, can I call you back later? I've got what I need in the moment when I need it most. Now we live in the age of TikTok. My attention span is 14
you need to know right
seconds.
away.
I need to know right now. And if I have to go look for it, I'm not going to go look for it. I'm just going to guess and I'm going to do it wrong and it's going to break all my data.
Exactly.
So we're bridging that gap. We're bringing the learning to the people and we're saying we understand that you learn differently today than you did 30 years ago, and we're changing the way that we teach.
And the other really cool thing about Spekit team, right, is that they don't compete. They work together with learning management systems.
Yeah.
Right? So if you're a Talent LMS or Talent Cards, right, you can integrate with Spekit as well, right? So you have a huge collaboration model.
Because we lay on top of all those web-based tools, and because we really are that content delivery system, and we're meeting people in that moment, there's no need to abandon your LMS altogether. We really are very complementary and supplementary to an LMS. Because let's be honest, you're going to sit through your course, you're going to take that test. I forgot 95% of it, and I'm not going to go back to the LMS. It's important to get that core training done, but why don't we break up that course and then place it in the tools people are actually operating out of, and place it in that wiki system so that I can search it when and where I need it. So I'm not going back to the LMS, I'm just referencing Spekit. Spekit's pulling it in. Spekit 2.0 is going to be personalized and individualized. So it'll surface content based on the URL it recognizes. If I'm in an outreach tool, it's going to give me cold call scripts and battle cards. If I'm in Salesforce, it's going to give me how to create an opportunity, how to move things through the Salesforce funnel. Someday, it's going to say, Zoe routinely looks for case studies. So I'm going to make sure that when she is in this tool, it's going to bubble up case studies. But when Ryan is in the tool, he's always looking for how to move this opportunity from stage 1 to stage 2. So I'm going to bubble it up for Ryan.
So for people that are watching, right, they're on the admin side, right? So they're going to be purchasing Spekit. Tell them how stupid easy it is, how user-friendly it is. That's one thing I loved about Spekit. And man, this is back in 2019, right? Just like from an ad, some of these technologies, if you integrate it, my gosh, it's pulling tooth and nail and whatnot. But Spekit is just like
5 minutes.
Literally.
Every new web-based application, 5 minutes is what it takes to add it on. And updates are instantaneous. The other sweet thing is if you're an admin, we've got all these analytics. So I can see who's viewing the content, how long they're viewing the content, when was the last time somebody viewed the content, has it gone stale, and every single individual spec has a reaction section. So I, as the end user, can say this was awesome, this was helpful, or I can say this was not helpful,
terrible.
This was confusing,
Make it better.
This is out of date, and I have the option to do a one-click email to send to the expert who created the content to say, this is out of date, This is not relevant.
Nice.
It's not helpful. So that way,
Good.
content, closed feedback loop, constant feedback, content stays fresh and relevant to the end user at all times.
So what is the biggest challenge that you've had with getting people to implement Spekit?
It's a different way of learning. People are averse to change. Until the cost of change feels less weighty than the cost of status quo, people aren't going to move because change is uncomfortable.
Yeah.
What is your favorite client success story? You know, they were frustrated, sleepless nights, and then after Spekit, they were just quabo.
I recently talked to Garrett Raffles over at Jim Paz. He runs their Center of Excellence, so employee efficiency and effectiveness. And he just told me everybody's going through cuts right now, right? Everybody is cutting budgets, like gut your systems, gut your people, like we got to get rid of everything, which is brutal. He took a look at his tech stack and he said, Spekit is a non-negotiable because it's what's going to get us from growth at all costs to profitability. So he was able to save headcount by not adding another person and still manage the same level of excellence and efficiency with his team. And then my other favorite story is actually my friend Keegan. Shout out Keegan. He is the director of RevOps over at SendLane. He just texted me and my CEO Melanie and said, hey y'all, he's only been a customer for like 4 or 5 months, by the way. He's like, I have reduced ramp time by 18 days because of using this. And like, if you can get reps up and running 3 weeks faster, how much more money are you making sooner? And that's 4 months in. I think in the next 10 months, he's going to reduce that again. So it's
And that's just the
pretty cool.
onboarding ramp
That's
up.
just for onboarding.
Then you're
like,
talking about like
the continued education, the everboarding. We're always learning. We're always getting better at our jobs, and it's just going to be a continually iterative process. I can't wait to check in with him in 6 months and see where he's at.
Right, and that's just in 18%. How long was that again?
In 4 months.
4 months. Is it?
No,
4
18
months.
days. So
18 days.
it was like probably 35%.
35% in 18 days? Are you kidding me? That is awesome. That is amazing. Again, Zoe, thank you so much for allowing us to talk to you.
Yeah, of course.
Say hi. Hey, Melanie, hope you're watching this. Thank you so much. You're a rock star.